Hello, my name is Ryan Zepeda. I've been attending Lighthouse since the beginning of 2018, so roughly almost 4 years. And before I get into the meats and potatoes of my speech, I just wanted to say a few things about myself so that you don't know me as just that random fool that graduated today. I also wanted to firstly thank God because it definitely couldn't be done without Him. Nothing could be done without His guidance and His help and His support. And I also wanted to thank all of you for coming today and supporting me and my classmates. Support was definitely needed throughout these couple months, couple years in our lives. And so here at OCA, it wasn't a new experience because I did go to a private preschool and elementary, so I knew a thing or two about God. And so seeing me where I am today, I could definitely say that I'm a very different person because you have no idea the type of person I was. But when I graduated from my elementary school, I went to a more public environment. And so going from a private school, little school, I'm pretty sure there was only like 7 other students in my class that graduated. And going from a small to a bigger school with like 50 kids in each class was definitely a different experience. But I didn't once feel like I was out of the picture. I was very friendly with everybody, and the bonds that I made there were so strong that almost 90% of my whole class went to the same high school. And so in my middle school, there were things that were being done that didn't sit right with me, so like drugs, alcohol, stuff like that. But I saw it as a normal thing. I didn't do it because I'm not that stupid. But because I have been raised in a very strict household, my mom and my grandma, it's just been me and them. Props to you guys. So with my friends coming with me to this new high school, those temptations also came with me. And so if I would have stayed at that high school, I'm pretty sure I would have gave in to that temptation and would have started doing those things. And so, but when I did go to that high school, I started to see the real dangers because I was blinded by what was being done in front of my face. Because as Christians, we're supposed to guide people towards God and not away. And so once I got to this new school, I started seeing even more heavy hitters, even more drinkers, even more vapors, even more weird, more relationships, kiss here, kiss there. It was so weird. And so there were even gangbangers there, and it just all sat so bad with me. And so I was able to talk to my mom, and she eventually took me out of there. And I'm very glad that she found out about OCA because, I mean, what other high school starts at 9 a.m. and ends at 12:50? I mean, it's like a dream. Imagine telling your kid you're only going for school for 3 hours. Like it's like so good. And so, but here at LCA, I've definitely deepened my relationship with God throughout the various Bible classes done by Mr. Scribner, Mr. Ashcraft as well, Mr. Josh especially. I am very grateful for them that they have taught me the things that they have, like, for example, to not let things such as revenge or hatred get in the way of you achieving your goals, because I will admit back then I did turn to those ideas because if someone were to do something to me, I would like hate them so hard, you have no idea. But I'm so glad that I've transformed myself, and I've turned into a much better person, and I've definitely filled up that hole that I felt when I was in middle school, because it was a very rough time. And I'm very glad to admit that I have changed, because it takes a really strong person to admit that they're wrong. And I admit I've been at fault sometimes, and I'm sorry to whoever I've offended, but I know that together we can strive together with God, and that nothing could be impossible without God's help. I also wanted to thank each and every teacher individually. Thank you, Mr. Young, for helping me and teaching me God's word. You were a very good influence. You were a good friend, although that's kind of, weird. But I do cherish the moments you did forgive me on some occasions, because I do admit that I was a little hard. But I also never got mean teacher vibes, mean principal vibes from you, so I'm very grateful for that. Um, he may not be here, but Mr. Mefford, I'm very glad that he was my first ever teacher right here. My first teacher here, my bad. He taught me Algebra 1. He made it very fun. I could definitely depend on him whenever I needed him. He was very friendly, and if it weren't for him, I probably wouldn't be as social to my peers as well to the other teachers. Miss Payton, thank you for being a very joyful teacher. I'm so glad I had you as my PACE teacher. I did enjoy the times we went to Starbucks, although I never went most of the times. But the times we did go, I'm very glad we did. I'm very happy we had some talks about Christian life, life tips, and stuff like that. I'm so glad that, again, you were my teacher. Love you. As well as Mr. Ashcraft. I don't know if that guy's here. I mean, he's here. Mr. Ashcraft, thank you for helping me so much in your English classes, teaching me very, more intense language that could definitely improve my language as well. It was a very fun experience, as well as in your journalism classes. It was very fun making a top hit article, reaching the front page. It was so fun. Although I did get a lot of those famous negative points, I did enjoy getting extra credit by making your coffee as well and bringing it to you. Ms. Neos as well, you were a very good influence to me. You did give me a lot of advice, and I know sometimes I was a brat, I can admit, but I'm glad that you talked to me in a more Christian view, as well as I also want to mention that the teachers here, they talk to you in a very Christian way because their relationship with God is so built, so revolted around God that if you get in trouble, they definitely want the best for you. They definitely want you to be successful. Like, for example, in my middle school, if you got in trouble, you just get detention and that was it. They didn't care. You just got off and that was it. Here, yes, you do get standards, and yes, it is annoying. But they definitely try to encourage you to go in God's way and to not drift from God's way, and that's a very good trait to have. And thank you, Mr. Scrivener, for being a cool teacher. I felt like I felt you more as a friend than a teacher. I don't know why. But you were very relatable. I think that's why. But you did give a lot of advice. Yes, I did get in trouble sometimes, but everybody gets in trouble, and it's good that you gave me advice. And I did enjoy our numerous cahoots and our grudge ball games, although we both know how that ended. Also teaching me things about the periodic table, but please don't ask me the elements, please, But as well as weird equations too in pre-calculus, it was so new. Although I never had you as a main teacher, Miss Clancy, I love you so much, dude. You are like a homie to me. You're so energetic. Like, if I had your energy, bro, I'd want to go to Mars. Like, I'm serious. It was so oh my God, your energy is unmatchable. It's so crazy. And it was very fun to be around you. I could definitely depend on talking to you. I never felt uncomfortable once. And it's a blessing to have you here. And although everybody knows she had some problems, I'm very blessed that you got through it and that you can strive forward with God, and that may He bless you as well as to all the teachers. I know I've been a little bit too much at times and to handle, but I'm blessed to have you guys teach me things that I probably never would have done, as well as for teaching me more about God, because I definitely have learned more about God here than I would have had I stayed at my previous schools. May God bless you all. For my fellow students, may God bless you as well, because after today, we are all held accountable for our mistakes. So if you get in trouble, they're not going to call mom and dad. You're held for responsible, as well as that too, because it's important that we learn life skills, because here at LCA, they teach you that things, responsibility, like tuck in your shirt, bring the right polo, don't wear piercings, or don't color your hair, and stuff like that gets us ready for the world, because we have to learn responsibilities. And if we want to hold good jobs, steady jobs, we have to take those responsibilities and move forward. And I'm very glad that they did that. And I hope you guys find good careers, that you guys don't lose focus, and remember that without God, nothing could be done. that you don't drift away from his path, and that may he bless you and support you all. And I thank you all very much, and God bless you.